I'm Natasha and this is Almost Vegan, and today we're making guacamole and grapefruit jalapeno margaritas. Okay, so let's get started. So the basis of all guacamole is avocados, obviously, and a lot of guacamole recipes will have similar ingredients. So we're starting today, you can use 2 or 3 avocados, and then we need 1 lime, and however much garlic you like, 2 cloves at minimum. I'm putting in 3.5. You need cilantro, you need a jalapeno pepper. Here's my secret ingredient. This is what really punches up the flavor. This is Concord Foods guacamole mix. I use this. You need some kosher salt and you need some cherry tomatoes, and I'll explain what I'm doing there in a minute, okay? So I've already cut up 2 avocados. I'm about to cut up this 3rd one, and I'll show you how I cut it. So avocados are a superfood. They have 20 nutrients and minerals in them. They have vitamin K, they have vitamin C, they have folate, they have more potassium than bananas do even, which is really good for eye health. They are full of healthy fats, and they're actually low carbs. Even though this is a fruit that a lot of people talk about being high in fat, it's low in carbs. So it's really, really good for you, and it happens to be delicious. So I like to throw avocado in my smoothies. I like to put it on salad. It tastes really good on breakfast sandwiches. Okay, so you can use a knife to chop up your avocado, and you can use a fork to mush it. I like to use a, this is like a pastry cutter. So I like to use this, and I also use this for egg salad sandwiches too. I find it gives it a kind of nice texture, because I like my guacamole to just have a little bit of texture to it. I don't like it like a whipped kind of consistency, but you might. If you like that, then just really mush it up with a fork. Okay, there we go. It is a super hot day today, so I don't feel like heating up the kitchen and cooking. So we're gonna actually have this and some toasted pita chips for dinner, maybe a little salad, and we're also going to make some really good margaritas to go with this. So it's gonna be a delicious, hot evening meal. Okay, so there we go. I'm just gonna wipe my hands because it's dirty. Okay, so it's really important to put some garlic in there, because that's what's going to flavor up your avocados. So again, I always go heavy on the garlic, but feel free to just do it to your taste. And then after this, we're going to put the juice of 1 lime in. So going quickly. I'll cut up the rest of that garlic afterwards. All right, so I am going to give a shout out to my cousin Jen, because she texted me after one of my last episodes, and she told me that I've been using this lemon lime squeezer wrong the whole time. She was right. I'm a dumbass. So anyways, I was putting it in this way, and I was thinking, this thing isn't very good. Like, why am I not getting a lot of juice? But you put it in this way, and voila, look how much juice you're getting. So Jen, thanks. You saved my life here. All right. You better go make some guacamole after this. All right. So lots of lime juice. You have to let the flavors meld for about an hour afterwards. All right, so we're gonna take this, and we're only gonna use about half of this. Now here's the thing about, oh, there's some dark seeds in there, about jalapeno pepper. If you want your food to be hotter, you leave the seeds in, okay? And if you don't like it that spicy, you take the seeds out. Okay, and I'm just gonna chop that up real fine. Okay. And then I'm gonna throw it in. I like to eat guacamole with toasted pita chips. My husband likes them with the regular kind of chips. Okay, so here is some cilantro. You want a lot of cilantro because again, this is going to add to that flavor. And I might even add some more after. I'm going to see what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so I should probably tell you what I was doing with the cherry tomatoes, so we'll move over here. So I took about a half a cup, 3/4 cup of cherry tomatoes and I chopped them up really fine. And then I put a lot of kosher salt on the top of them. And the reason I did this is because this releases some of the juice from the tomatoes, so your guacamole is not too watery. So then I left this for half an hour and I'm gonna sort of squeeze out the juice. You can use a wooden spoon if you want, but you definitely don't want them too watery. Okay, but you do want that nice fresh tomato, almost like a salsa flavor. Okay, so it let out that much juice. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, and back to here, we're gonna put this in. Okay. I'm not a big person for packages. I usually make my own spices because it's really easy to make fajita spice or taco spice or any of that stuff. But this guacamole on its own, just like this, is good. But there's something about this spice packet that's really takes it to the next level. I know that they have some onion and garlic powder and that kind of stuff in there. But you want to put the whole thing and then you're going to stir it. It looks like my bowl is a little bit too small here. So I'll take it over to this bowl. I'll pour out some of the tomato juice and you're going to just really stir this up and put it in the fridge for half an hour. Okay? I'll see you in half an hour. Okay, so this has been sitting in the fridge for about a half an hour and I put the avocado stone in to prevent it from browning. I should probably tell you a little bit more precise measurements because I forgot to do that. So 2 or 3 avocados, 3/4 cups of cherry tomatoes, and then I put about 1 tablespoon of kosher salt, half a cup to maybe 3/4 cup cilantro, depending on your taste. 2 to 4 cloves of garlic. What else do we have in here? And the juice of 1 lime. So that's what I have in there, and 1 package of that guacamole mix. Okay, so we're gonna serve that in a little bit, but a perfect pairing would be a margarita with that. So this comes from Jillian Harris and Tori Wesszer's cookbook, Fraiche Foods Full Hearts. And it is the grapefruit jalapeno margarita, and it is so good. I know I've mentioned this plenty of times, but I don't love my cocktails really sweet, and this one strikes a perfect balance. So you get, so the ingredients for this is for 2 drinks, okay? So you take a lime, you cut it in half, and I just put a little slit right there so I can rim the glass. So rim the glasses because we're going to edge them. I'm going to rim them in some pink Himalayan salt if you have it. If you don't have it, kosher salt is just fine. This really is nice when you get a little bite of salt, a little taste of salt when you're drinking your margarita because the sweet flavors go so well. And then I'm taking that lime that I rimmed it with and I'm zesting it. That's not in the recipe, but I like to have a little bit of lime zest around the rim. Now don't throw out this lime because you're going to squeeze the juice of 1 lime into your shaker or your mason jar. Okay, so I'm just rimming the glass like this. Make sure I'm going around and I have a nice rim there. Okay, it has to be moist enough to get enough salt and lime zest on it. perfect. So I'll put those aside just so they can dry a little bit. Now, you will take your shaker or your mason jar, and I like to put ice into my shaker. I don't think it calls for that in the recipe, but I like my drinks to be really cold. Okay, so, okay, stop. Okay, so I just added about 1 cup of ice into this shaker. So this is what you need for this cocktail. You need some grapefruit juice. I like to get the 100%, not from concentrate, grapefruit juice, and you will need 1.5 cups of that. You need 100% pineapple juice, and you will need 1/2 cup of that. You will need your favorite tequila, 1/4 cup of that, and you will need 1/2 ounce of either triple sec or Grand Marnier. Okay, you will need an egg white and 1/2 jalapeno pepper and the juice of 1 lime. I know I'm kind of going backwards here, but the grapefruit itself is just for decoration. Okay, so we have the ice in here. So now I'm going to add the pineapple juice, the grapefruit juice. Oh, it's gonna make it really full. That's okay. Okay, so you know what? I didn't realize how big this drink is gonna be, so we're gonna move it over. Easy peasy. I guess that shaker is just meant for 1 drink. Okay. Then you are going to juice your lime. So again, put it in the right way. Thanks, Jen. You're saving me money. Okay. Upside down. There we go now, because I don't have to buy as many lemon and limes anymore. Okay, and then you're going to do 1/4 cup of tequila. I tried this brand because somebody from Sault Ste. Marie has a distillery, I believe, a tequila distillery. I don't know its name. If anybody does, they can put it in the comments. 1/4 cup of tequila. Okay, and 1/2 ounce of orange flavor liqueur. I have Grand Marnier, so 1/2 ounce of that. I don't like too much because this is really, really sweet. And then you're going to cut up your jalapeno pepper in just little pieces like this, or full rounds if you have the full one. I'm gonna stick it in here. Okay, so the egg white. You do not need to put in the egg white, but what the egg white does is it gives that frothy kind of appearance to your drink, and you can't taste it. And I love a little bit of foam at the top of my cocktails. I think it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna put that in there, and I'm gonna grab the lid. Thank goodness this is close by, and I'm going to give it a huge shake. So you want to shake it, and you can see that it's kind of getting foamy. I'm just thinking in my head, how am I going to strain this out without my strainer? So I'm going to have to pour it back in my strainer. I'm sure you won't make it as complicated as I'm making it right now, but I'm telling you, it is worth it. It's so good. Okay, there we go. Gonna put that on. All right. So what I like to do for presentation is I like to take a little wedge and actually make it a skinny, like a thin wedge. And I actually like to put them along the side like that, so you can kind of see the pretty grapefruit. Okay, shake, shake, shake. I'm gonna give it one more shake because that'll give it the frothiness. You can add ice to this drink as well. Okay, so my grapefruit's not staying put, but that's okay. Okay, I'll pour some more in here. Makes 2 huge drinks. And this is going to taste so good with the guacamole. There we go, put that in there. If you pour slower, you get a little bit more foam. I figure that out the hard way. So I'll see you out back with our margaritas and our guacamole. Hope you enjoy your guacamole and your grapefruit jalapeno cocktail. Cheers!